Well, hello there, friend, and welcome to my Wednesday hump day. As I said in yesterday's vlog, it's been a good week so far. And Wednesday is kind of like in that middle, right? Where it's like, it's a busy day, not as busy as Monday, Thursday. And Fridays are busiest because the amount of orders we have, not necessarily the volume. I mean, the volume is there. It's definitely a busy day. Friday used to be our busiest day until I got the Salone-Wickenburg route. But the sheer amount of orders that we have, the deliveries we have, it's just a lot. So Wednesdays are kind of like in the middle now, right? Tuesdays and Saturdays by far the slowest days. Those are where I need to grow the business is on the east side of town, because they're just like yesterday was just terrible. It's a terrible day. I got into bed last night right at 9:30, which means, I get to bed and I don't know how many minutes it takes me to fall asleep. I feel like I fell asleep pretty quickly, but I woke up. My alarm woke me up. The dog didn't wake me up once to go to the bathroom. I don't think I woke up once. I haven't even checked my app yet, but I slept hard. And I actually, that was the first time. It's been the first time in a long time that my alarm went off. I turned it off, and I laid there for a minute, and I could if I would have rolled over, I probably would have fallen back asleep. That's how, I was in a deep sleep. It's very rare. Usually my alarm goes off, I'm up, no problem. Or I'm up before my alarm goes off, whatever. Or I can remember, tossing and turning and rolling over. Not last night. And I think it's because, like I said, the last couple of days, I've definitely been more tired. Tonight, I was going to say I'm going to go to bed early tonight, but tonight I actually have a planned event in New World. I'm going to do the raid for the first time. It's a 20-man event. It's extremely hard. Nobody wants a noob in there. Literally, when they're like, hey, looking for a raid, you have to prove that you've done it. You know what you're doing. This is a learning experience. I don't even know if we're going to complete it. I don't expect to complete it. I'm expecting to go in and just kind of learn the mechanics. We might be able to finish it. They said they scheduled 2 hours to do it. It'd be awesome if I could get a completion. But at this point, I'm just happy to get in and get some experience and also meet some people to play with. So that's from 7 to 9, I think. Or is it 6 to... I think it's 7 to 9. So... that's right to my bedtime. I have orders to put in. So it'll be interesting. It'll be tricky. But I was going to say, I need to trying to get to bed earlier tonight if I can. I need to catch up on some sleep. I feel like I'm feeling it. I don't want to get sick, right? It's cold. It's been cloudy, so the sun's not out. We're not getting our vitamin D like we should be. Tiffany wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. I haven't heard from her yet to hear how she feels this morning when she woke up. I don't want to get sick because that sucks. So... I'm trying to make sure I get enough sleep. Sleep and water are important. Anyway, I got a short list at Costco, big list at Depot, so let's get to it. So this is what I was talking about in yesterday's vlog. These are the cheapest eggs you can find right now, at least at Costco. $4 a dozen. 2 dozen packs. When they're gone, they're gone. At Chipotle yesterday was amazing, and I can't stop thinking about it. And we joke, but I'm like, I'm gonna eat there every day. I could eat it every day. I really could. The bowl that I got yesterday is my go-to order, but there's so many variations I could do. There's 5 different kinds of meats. Granted, I only really enjoy 2 of them, but they're all good. I could eat the carnitas, I could eat the barbacoa, I could eat the sofritas easily. There's different salsas. I don't get the green, but I could get the green. I could go green and the corn and skip the red, which is my favorite. I could go all red. I'm just saying, I could eat it every day because there's just variations. But when that sushi restaurant opens up, around the corner from my house, I can walk there, that might be an actual problem. I can walk in, sit at the sushi bar, and get 2 pieces of salmon nigiri, right? I don't know how much it's going to cost, obviously, but once I know how much it costs, to the penny, walk in with a $20 bill and be like, have a nice day. It could be a problem. Just saying. Dad asked me to get gas. I guess, since I'm driving this truck. And Costco does have cheap gas. $3.14 gallon. So tomorrow is my night to cook, and Jacob's gonna be joining us. So I threw it out to him. Said, "Hey man, what do you want for dinner? I'm cooking. Is there something that I've cooked in the past that you want me to repeat, or whatever?" And I woke up this morning to a text from Sierra saying, Jacob said smash burgers. I was like, all right. Not necessarily something I would cook during the week, but I'm down. Pull the Blackstone out and let's make some smash burgers. I'm always down, right? Especially because smash burgers are just so simple, right? It's just cheese and onions. That's it. I mean, granted, Tiffany likes to put all the other stuff on it, but I'm like, nah. Well, I take it back. If she pulls out the lettuce, the tomatoes, the pickles, I'll put them on there. But if it was just me and like the kids, I probably would skip it. Pickles. I like pickles. I would throw some pickles on there, but I don't need the lettuce and the tomato. Because the smash burger is just like the meat and cheese. Just meat and cheese. Smoke shop wholesalers. Not open to the public. Okay, a little Yoda pipe. So most of the time when I'm driving around and shopping like this, I listen to podcasts, and most of the podcasts I listen to are comedians because I love stand-up comedy. And back when I was younger, you could listen to stand-up comics on CDs and eventually on Apple Music, right? Like when a stand-up comic had a special, it always went to audio. This is pre-YouTube, pre-Netflix, that sort of thing. Now everyone makes specials and they go on Netflix, HBO, Hulu, even YouTube. And for the most part, stand-up comedy is way more enjoyable when you can actually see the comic because they're animated. There's facial expressions. They add to the humor, add to the punchline. Sometimes their reactions without saying anything makes it funnier to see them, right? So I listen to a lot of stand-up comics on podcasts, whether it's their podcast or they're the guest of a podcast. I also listen to some educational stuff. I listen to podcasts, like interview podcasts like Joe Rogan, who has a wide variety of guests. But I'll cherry pick those. I don't listen to every episode. I'll look and see who the guest is, see if it interests me, whether or not I listen to that. Same thing with Tetragrammaton with Rick Rubin. He interviews a wide variety of guests, and so I don't listen to every episode, just the ones that interest me. And through listening to a podcast and a guest, I'll learn that they have a podcast. And so I'll do a search and look through the episodes, how often they update, release episodes, and determine whether or not it's another podcast for me to subscribe to. And then as time goes on, I listen to a few episodes, realize, I don't really like this person's vibe. They were funny on that podcast, but as a host, they're different. And so I'll unfollow podcasts. And I've definitely done that throughout the last couple of years where I'll follow and unfollow different podcasts. And so this part of the freeway is the worst. This I-17, I think it's called, we just passed the Durango curve. It's an old part of town, and as you can see, we're raised up, so they can't really expand it. I'm sure they'll try at some point, but we're kind of locked into these 3 lanes, and every on-ramp merges into the right lane, which just constantly slows traffic down. It's the worst. Anyway, I'm listening to a podcast right now, and Chelsea Handler is the guest, and I absolutely love her bad bitch energy. She's like, I don't really give a fuck what you think. I don't really give a fuck what you say. She has her beliefs. She's very outspoken. She has no shame of telling you what she thinks and what she believes and all that. It's great. I love her. And she has a podcast. I didn't even know. So I just followed her podcast. I will listen to a couple episodes and see if that energy she has as a guest matches her host energy. And that's how I find my podcast for the most part. What do you like to listen to? See, then you got this too, right? The off ramp and the frontage road merging and backs up the ramp that I'm on all the way to the top, which means this lane is backed up to the freeway. It's just old and not efficient at all. All right, final pickup. and 4 stops today. Costco Depot, our dry goods, and specialty peppers. Manzano chilies. They look like little apples. They're really spicy peppers. This is always sketch. Because you have to merge, which means somebody has to let you over. Just timing has to be just right. Old school, man. They don't make on-ramps like that anymore. So listening to this interview with Chelsea Handler, and at one point, the person that's interviewing her asked us about her 7th book. She just came out with a 7th book. I had no idea she wrote that many books. And she even asked, she's like, I'm kind of shocked that you've written that many books. Like, what else do you have to say? You know, kind of jokingly. And she goes, like, I live my life. I live a life. I live an active life. I'm on the go all the time. She goes, you kind of have to, as a creative person, to have stories to tell. You have to go live your life to then come back and tell the stories. Much like stand-up comics, right? Some of my favorite comics are storytellers. They talk about their family. They talk about interactions they have in public with their fans, whatever. And so it just got me thinking, like, that's precisely one of my biggest complaints about these daily vlogs, is that my life is very boring right now. By choice. Some of it's by choice. Some of it's not by choice, right? Like, I'm kind of in a different part of my life working with my dad and my brothers where I'm locked into this job and my hours are weird. I'm up really early, which means I have to go to bed early, and I have to work on my days off, and it's just, it's not very conducive to a very, fun life. My life is not fun right now. But nothing lasts forever, as we know, as we've seen. So it's just right now. But anyway, she was talking about how she, as a creative person, you have to go live your life in order to create whatever, right? Whether it's art, write books, videos, podcasts, whatever it is. So yeah, I know my life's boring right now, and it doesn't make for great vlogs. It doesn't make for very entertaining vlogs. We've talked about that before. I'm not going there. But the one thing it does make me think about is I'm happy right now playing video games. For a long time there, I wasn't happy playing video games. I didn't want to play video games. There was this almost like PTSD of I can't stream, so I can't play video games. I want to play video games, but I can't stream them, so I can't play. And I'm past that now. I'm fully enjoying playing New World off and on stream. At this point, I log in every morning when I'm drinking my coffee, even if it's just for 20 minutes. I do a couple of dailies, and I feel accomplished and good. If I don't touch the game the rest of the day, at least I know I did something, right? And I'm just, like I said, fully enjoying that. But again, much like streaming, when I'm sitting in that chair playing those video games, I'm not living my life. I'm not, doing things. And other than what I can tell you what I did in the video game, which is only, appealing to maybe this many people, and definitely gets old after a while as well. It did remind me that I should be more proactive in doing more things. At the very least, do it for the vlog, right? Just like back in the day, do it for the vlog. So, yeah, Chelsea reminded me of that. So thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate it. With that being said, that's kind of why I vlog while I'm shopping. I vlog while I'm driving, because those are moments that I have time to talk to you and time to reflect on what just happened, right? I don't necessarily always show you what happened, but I can at least tell you what happened. And that's, at the end of the day, the storytelling aspect of the vlogs, right? It's telling you about what just happened, what I'm doing. Show you when I can, tell you when I can't. But that's where I'm at in my life right now, is I'm working with my family, and this is the job that I'm doing right now. I just ordered new business cards because I cannot find the remaining lot of the ones that I ordered last year. It's been a year. So I ordered new ones. And as soon as I get those, we're gonna hit the sales hard again, and we're gonna start working on growing the business again. And like I said earlier, we're gonna try and go east and fill up our east routes more, because those are our lightest days, to the point where we're not losing money, but the busy days are carrying the light days. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all salary, so we're shelling out the same amount of money regardless of what we're bringing in. And so we have these really high volume days, and then we have these really low volume days, and it kind of just balances us out. We need to bring up those low volume days. That's when we're going to actually start making more money, you know. So yeah, we'll be back on the sales adventures and road trips and that sort of thing. So the vlog should be fun when that happens again. Other than that, you know, this is where we're at. This is where I'm at in my life. There's not really much else going on. I do need to get back to my hiking though. The weekends have been so all over the place that I haven't been hiking, and this is hiking season. I need to take advantage of it. And we have not been to Skyline Park this season. We are due for Skyline Park. I'm gonna look at the calendar, we get with Tiffany and see if there's anything going on this weekend. If not, that might be my Sunday. I might hit Skyline Park and go for a long hike. I don't know if I ever give you guys an update on the bone broth situation, but I bought the chicken and the beef. Both are delicious. I love them both. And it's quick. 10 grams of protein, 5 grams of collagen, some hot water. It's great. Though I do want to try actual, like, already made bone broth out of a carton. These are just nice for, like, on the go here at work. I don't have to worry about, you know. Plus it's already, like, I'm making hot water and pouring in hot water versus something in the fridge and then having to microwave it or something. Oh man, 3 o'clock just now, rolling out of the warehouse. Huge afternoon shop, which is fine because that means we don't have to do all that tomorrow morning. So not complaining, just it was a lot. Almost 3 carts, and we got 2 pallets of boxes. Smoking deal on those. I couldn't pass them up. Had to snag 2 pallets of them. Would have gotten more if we could, but you know, two is the minimum, so we got the minimum. Anyway, super cloudy, chilly. There's a slight breeze with a slight chill in it. But yeah, super cloudy. I didn't look at the forecast to see if it's supposed to rain, but it looks like it's gonna rain. At least over here. Where I live, you never know. I live so close to the mountains, it's hard to tell. But yeah, it's 3 o'clock. Be home in about 30 minutes or so, depending on traffic, and straight to the gym, bang out the workout. And I'm starving. I forgot to bring food today. To be fair, I don't think there's any leftovers. I think we've eaten all the leftovers. So tonight's free for all night, which means I can pretty much eat whatever I want. I'm thinking, since I didn't use my Chipotle gift card yesterday, perfect excuse to go back to Chipotle and use my gift card. So I'm gonna call Tiff here in a minute and ask her what she's doing for dinner. And depending on what her answer is, will determine whether or not I do Chipotle again. But I'm thinking I'm going to do Chipotle again. Yeah, look at those clouds, man. It's just total canopy clouds all the way around. Well, and I'm getting home later than I thought. After getting to the gym and back, decided just to do what Tiff's doing, the leftovers. Remember that I had the leftover pork tenderloin that I grilled like last weekend. Habanero jack cheese, corn tortillas. We're making little tacos. Since I didn't really have tacos yesterday. Doing little pork tacos. They're delicious. Well, kind of a bummer. I had a raid scheduled in New World tonight from 7 to 9, and it got canceled because not enough people signed up, which, I don't know. I saw the sign-up sheet. I thought there was enough people, but I guess not. Anyway, ended up doing some other stuff, put my orders in, and yeah, it's bedtime. It's a good day. Long day, but it was a good one. Having a good week, so we're going to keep on rolling. I watched a couple of vlogs today and kind of got me thinking about journaling. Something I dabbled with. If you guys remember, my birthday last year, or year before last, it was 23. Holy crap, 23. I bought those field notes and I journaled, and I tried to do it for 30 days, and I did it for. Well, I did it for more than 30 days, but I missed a couple days and didn't do 30 days straight. And then I started dabbling with the journal app on my phone, and that's kind of cool because that is something I can pull up at any time. I have my phone with me at all times, right? And I can attach photos and location data, and it's kind of cool. And I've journaled like in bed before I go to bed. You know, the fact that it's a lit up screen, I can do it while I'm laying in bed in the middle of the dark. Um, but I was watching a video from Peter McKinnon today, and he was talking about how he's been journaling for like a year or something, and talked about the different notebooks he uses and the pens. And he did a full on like breakdown, but I'm more interested in his thought process of what he uses. He has two books, a small field notes like that, and then a much bigger one that's more like he cares about. With the field notes, he says he doesn't really care about if you. It's just something for him to have on him at all times. It's something to think about, something fascinating. I definitely understand the appeal of handwriting stuff. I have horrible handwriting. I'm actually curious to look in that book from now a year and a half and see if I can read my jargon, my cryptic messaging. But anyway, yeah. I know today was a long vlog because I talked a lot. I vlogged a lot. In fact, I had to charge my camera at work today because I vlogged so much. So tomorrow's Thursday. We'll keep on trucking. We'll see you then.